Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw.
Okay. So, this photo, so you're both in wetsuits, neoprene, probably the 5 or 7 millimeter thickness wetsuit. The sky is a little grayish. Your wife is wearing her sunglasses. You're not. You're smiling at the camera. It looks like a very recent photo. Could have been last week, or maybe wrong. What else? You're on a beach. It's grayish. Is it Northern California? Oregon?
Oh my God.
Seattle?
Oh my God. No, it's Southern California, but
Okay.
you got it. I can't believe you got it.
Yeah, I'm using my eyes. And then, so it's a nice selfie of you two as a couple. I guess that your wife is holding the camera in this case. Really great light, really nice moment. The water is probably a little bit cold. So are you a big wave surfer on top of everything that you do?
Okay. This goes back to your original theme,
Yeah.
right? I'm 55 years old. I've never surfed.
Mm,
It's time to learn to surf.
nice.
So at 55 years old, we go to the beach, Paradise Beach, north of San Diego, and we hire personal guides because that's the life cheat on the older you get and you want to learn you want to have new experiences. One of the cheats is you hire a personal guide to help you get through it, right?
Right, of course. Well, it's like a mentor.
Right. So we hired personal guides who went out in the water with us. They had all the equipment. They went out in the water with us. And the magic of being a surfer is you got to know which wave. And
Yep.
it's not the wave that it looks like. It's not the biggest wave. It's
Yeah.
the perfect wave.
It's the right
And
way.
and you have to know, a beginner can't pick it.
Yep.
But this guy could pick the wave, and we both got up first time,
Nice.
and we surfed all morning.
Amazing.
By the time that this picture was made, we had surfed that morning, and I could barely stand. I was so exhausted. Well, you surf in. The trouble with being a beginner surfer is you surf too far in, right?
Right.
So you surf because someone that knows what they're doing pulls off the board while it's still a soft landing.
Yep.
A novice surfs all the way in and then hits the beach, and it hurts. And you do it over and over and over and over.
Beautifully said. So, funny story in terms of how our lives intersect or mirror or whatever. In 2004, I went with my ex to Sri Lanka to learn how to surf. And so it was like, okay, never been surfing, let's go check it out. So we're in the beach, and we took 6 lessons. It was really great, and all this whole world of surfing all of a sudden opened up. In the end, on the 6th day was the tsunami. Do you remember the 2004
Yes,
tsunami?
I know it.
Yeah, so we were
I
in
know
the water.
tsunami. I'm glad to see you're here.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I've actually watched the documentary on YouTube of when the tsunami hit Sri Lanka.
Right.
And some of the victims talking about it. So I know all about it.
Yeah, it was crazy. And so that's also one of the things that feeds this idea of, we have a limited time to make every second count. And so I love the fact that you and your wife are like, okay, listen, I don't know how to surf. Let's go learn how to surf. And you do.
Right.
And in the photo, you guys look tired, but happy. And so when you're describing like how when you're a beginning surfer, you don't know how far to go in. And look, it comes with learning the language of surfing. So you brought us to this point. Now, how do you bring that all together? Like in terms of from Jordan to then I guess skiing and then the Great Wall and then now here surfing, right? So what's the bigger picture value or lesson or idea that you want to share with the world?
So we talked about squeezing the juice out of every moment we have.
Yeah.
Marcus Aurelius wrote about it when he said, and Seneca wrote about it when they said, know that you're going to die, assume you're dead now, and the rest of the time you have, get the most you can out of it. That, but intellectually, physically, get the most out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have such a short time. And as you said yourself, you just have a few short moments. And those are what we're taking advantage of. And all four of these pictures, and actually all the stories that you shared with us today too, is it's the same thing. You and I actually live the same life. We're trying to squeeze every moment we can out of this time because it's a short time, then we're gone.
Yeah. It's as profound as you want to make it, right? And it's so here's the thing that is kind of something I'm wrestling with, and then maybe I'd love to hear your take on it. As people who fill every day with epic, not epic, but with, so for example, on the door of my apartment, it's a quote from somebody famous, I can't remember who. It's like Helen Keller or somebody like that. And it's basically that life is an epic adventure. How are you going to live your life? But the thing is, like, when we fill our lives with all of these epic moments, after a while, how do you not disentangle, but like sometimes, I don't know if this is something you're facing. Sometimes I feel like there's so much going on inside that it's almost overwhelming because the value of packing it all in a way is like, so for example, when you go travel, like, in China, right? So you see all these things that make your head pop. And then, so how do you separate all the, like, in the moment, you're present and you're living and you're excited and you're learning and you're expanding. But then afterwards, how do you separate those moments to give them the time and or do you? I don't know. Is there a question in there? I don't even know.
Okay, well, there's 2 points. The first point is, I'm going to answer it with the story.
Please.
And that is, we used to travel with another couple, and they would want, like we'd go to Paris, and there was like 14 things they had to do that day to see. We're not those people.
Right.
We're the people that see 2 or 3 spectacular things. We go to the Louvre. You hire a guide so you can squeeze as much time out of it. Remember, that's a life cheat, right? I'm always doing the life cheats. But about 3 o'clock, it doesn't matter what we haven't seen because there are going to be things that we will never see, and that's okay. There are going to be things you don't remember that I don't remember about China, or you don't remember about surfing in Sri Lanka. There's going to be things you don't remember about it. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
What you do remember will be great. And what we didn't see in Paris, we're not worried about, because at 3 o'clock, we're going to go find a sidewalk cafe and have a glass of wine and sit down and meet some people and watch people walk by and enjoy our day.
Nice.
And so the answer is, you don't worry about that. You're in the moment. You soak as much of it in as you can. And then you go on and to the next part of your life, because there's so many parts of our life. You have your family. I have 3 adult kids. I have grandkids. I have a wife that I love. We have all those things. I have my writing career. I had my legal career.
Amazing.
You enjoy your life.
Brother.
Plus, what are the next things that, you're trying to conquer? Like physically. There has to be a point where you say, okay, there's enough of that. I'm going on to the next thing. Like I
Right.
ran those marathons. I remember during my last marathon, I was I crossed marker 16, mile 16. And I thought, why am I still doing this? I've already done this so many times. I'm bored. I finished that marathon. I'm
Yeah.
still a runner. I'm a big believer in running. I think a runner's lifestyle is a intellectual lifestyle.
Right.
So I'm big into running, but I'm finished running marathons. I've done it. I've gone on to the next thing. There are some things that, like, I don't need to ride a camel up the Wadi Rum again.
Yep.
But I might want to go back to Jerusalem, and I can always go back to Paris.
Right.
I was going to Russia. I don't think I'm going to get to do that. But I'm going back to Tokyo.
Nice.
And we're going probably back to Shanghai, too.
Wicked. Great city. Crazy city. When you come to Hong Kong, I will happily show you the amazing things that will make your mind pop, for sure. So look, these hours go by very quickly. Russell Little. One more time, the title of your book, coming out in October.
Murder for Me is out. Murder by Storm comes out in October.
I love it. This has been absolutely great. Absolutely great. That you're exactly the person I needed to meet. And yeah, thank you so much. This has been fantastic.
Thank you very much. This has been a blast.
Okay, well, that's my promise. Well, my goal is to give you a great conversation, and you deliver. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So, if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw.